first met Vaughn in 1976, Bicentennial Books. It was on North Rose. And then when the store moved to South Westington, the Vine neighborhood, that's where I lived, so it became my neighborhood bookstore. So I got to know Vaughn pretty well, from dozens and dozens of interactions. And everything that everybody said is true. Sparkle in his blue eyes, he had that inner light, he really asked you questions and he cared about your answers. So in the late 1970s, I decided to write a book on Titus Bronson and the founding of Kalamazoo. And Vaughn was my go-to man for the books I needed. He kept an eye open. I gave him a list. I'd go in there, he'd provide the books, but he would always ask me, how's the writing going? And it took me 6 years to complete that book, and Vaughn was one of my cheerleaders. And then when I published it in 1984, I needed mailers. I had to mail out dozens and dozens of copies, and he sold me a couple boxes of mailers for cost. And I looked through my library today, and I have many, many books from Bicentennial. And those of you who have books that you bought there, you'll remember, or go home and look. He wrote the price in pencil, put the B underneath, and he would write the word net, which meant he didn't really want to discount that particular book. So, last couple of days I've been thinking about Vaughn. And I realized he had another impact on me, a huge impact. And that was as a bookseller. Off and on, for the past 25 years, I've sold books here in Kalamazoo. And I realized that Vaughn was a role model for me. There's three, in my judgment, there are three elements to a good bookseller. Number one is you have to know books. You have to have an expertise. Vaughn knew books. He kept on learning about books. He amazed me constantly by his knowledge of books. He loved books. Number two, you have to know your customers, what they're reading, what they might be looking for, and also something about the customers, how many children you had, and he would know. And then number three, the third thing that makes, I think, for a good bookseller is when you leave that bookseller, you feel better. You feel like you had an experience. I'll miss Vaughn a lot.